This part of Job Centre Plus goes out into the community. We don't have, if you like, a formal structure. We provide customers with the opportunity to overcome their barriers into employment, and we work very much as, if you like, a link to other organisations. We can have customers coming in not knowing what they actually need, and we'll work with them to identify what they need and identify the right sources of it. We either work on our own with the customer, because it might just be a case of taking small steps and finding out the routes to employment that they might need, identifying training courses and putting them on that, and working, if you like, as a case manager for that individual, or, which happens more often than not, linking them with organisations like a money advice team or a health team or the families team that we've got as well, and trying to encourage them to utilise all the services that are out there to overcome their barriers like debt or childcare or a health problem that they might have. When it comes to the Discover Opportunity Centre, I really can't sing its praises highly enough. We have learnt, just by being here, so much that probably can't define, because it's very much along the lines of somebody will come in and you say, how can you help you? And there's no criteria, just how can I help you? And the person will present with a certain thing, and it's always a case of, I know a man who can. Right? I'm not a health professional, I'm not a debt advice worker, I have no technical knowledge in that, but I will always be able to find somebody who can, because they're just sitting in here someplace, and you go over and say, excuse me, can you help me? And compared to picking up a telephone, when it's engaged or the person's not there or they might be on holiday, and it then takes another week, and then you've got to book an appointment, and the delays go on, and the customer situation's either getting worse or their enthusiasm for making a difference has been lost. We basically walk through that door, come in here and say, can somebody help me? 9 times out of 10 somebody can, and we go out there and the customer gets what they need.
It's about getting people into jobs. Of course, that's a very important part of the programme, but it's also about the softer things. It's about building their employability. It's about working out with them at the point where they're really quite distant from the labour market, but it's about giving them work experience opportunities and opportunities to improve their employability, so that obviously they kind of are travelling on their journey towards work.
So you make work experience places available in the local authorities?
And a lot of some of the best offerings that we have are, for instance, things like pre-recruitment training programmes, and they are that's when you take a kind of a group of candidates and you're giving them the entry-level qualifications that helps them compete for that post. So usually kind of 4 to 6 week programmes, and they get a guaranteed interview at the end of that. Now obviously some departments that's going to suit better than others. Where you're identifying is organisations which have bulk and repeat recruitment, so things like home care, social care, cleaning vacancies, cooking vacancies. That's the kind of areas that we would look at with that.
The main avenues that people come to us with. Everybody that comes to us undergoes an initial assessment of a specialist intervention nature to look at the barriers and how they experience them, rather than from a traditional medical model of this is what's wrong with you, this is what you need to do to fix it. We very much turn that around and focus on what they perceive their barriers to be, what they feel they need to do to overcome them. And we work very much on an action plan that's developed collaboratively to help them manage that condition, utilising a number of various approaches, depending on the health condition obviously and depending on the individual circumstances, but primarily based on cognitive behavioural therapy, neuro-linguistic programming, solution-focused therapy and health behaviour change models to help people manage things in a more constructive manner. A lot of the people we're working with have had these health conditions for a number of years, aren't necessarily in regular contact with any other health provider, GPs or hospitals or anybody else. So they're deeply entrenched in their belief systems and how to manage them, and a lot of them carry out quite negative behaviours in terms of the management, which I think we all know that we all do that in every walks of our own lives. So a lot of it is about challenging those negative behaviours, helping them work with those and allowing them to find their own solutions and their own strategies, and just supporting them through a model of supported self-help to overcome those barriers.
More choices, more chances. That's our strategy to reduce the amount of young people who leave school and go into sort of negative destinations. So it's about promoting employability, education and training options when they leave school. We've got a number of key sort of outcomes that we try and deal with, but one of those is prevention. So we work a lot with schools, looking at how we early identify young people, put in additional support at school, look at transition from school into a positive destination. So a lot of the focus is on that. But we also then look at prevention when young people are 16 plus, where is it they're going, what sort of provision do we have, who's supporting them, who's giving aftercare. So we work with key partners, colleges and Abertay University, Dundee University, as well as other training providers. So it's a whole partnership approach to that. We're also looking at the right support. We have some key target groups like care leavers, young people who are carers, young people who are homeless, young people who have been offending, who need additional support. So we're looking at systems about how do we give a key worker who would work with a range of people to make sure they get additional help and support, and long-term support to help them sustain a sort of future employment or training opportunity. Partnership's really crucial to this, so we don't lose people. We recognise a lot of young people went from one provision to another and dropped out after a while, so we want to make sure partners work together, looking at common referral, common assessment procedures and good information, and that's going to be one of our crucial aspects to making this work. And the whole infrastructure, you know, what partners doing what, where they are, we're part of the whole employability pipeline. We have to be clear about who provides support at what level, and people are moved on appropriately at the right time for them. So that's the basic thrust for More Choices, More Chances. Okay. Is that okay?